Hello, welcome on House News with me, Daddy Ramadan, welcoming 2026 with all the updates from the Parliament of Indonesia. But before we begin, let's see the headlines for today. The House held a coordination meeting on post-disaster recovery efforts in Aceh, bringing together its post-disaster recovery task force and the government task force to accelerate rehabilitation and reconstruction. The Working Committee on the Revision of the Migrant Workers Protection Law is working on improving protection and welfare for migrant workers across all stages of overseas employment. The Working Committee on Oversight of Indonesian Migrant Worker Protection is committed to formulating the comprehensive and responsive policies for the protection needs of Indonesian citizens working abroad. Indonesian athlete Diva Renata wins gold in women's pole vault at the 2025 SEA Games, ending Indonesia's 22-year wait for a medal in the event. Vice Speaker for Politics and Security led a coordination meeting on post-disaster recovery in Aceh, emphasizing all integrated coordination results would be forwarded to the government task force for accelerating rehabilitation and reconstruction in Sumatra.
The House, through the Task Force for Accelerating Post-Disaster Rehabilitations and Reconstructions, is ready to lead the recovery of areas affected by flooding in Aceh and Sumatra. The task force received support from the Indonesian military and police, the National Disasters Management Agency or BNPB, and local governments to support immediate and coordinated operations across affected regions. Based on Presidential Decree No. 1 of 2026, the task force will focus on speeding up rehabilitation progress in the government sectors and among affected communities. Vice Speaker for Politics and Security Suhmi Dasko Ahmad emphasized the House will oversee the implementations of government programs, facilitate coordinations, and support the effective executions of policies in affected areas.
Untuk selanjutnya, Satgas Pemulihan Pasca Bencana DPRI akan menyertai untuk kemudian menjalankan fungsinya, tentunya membantu mengkoordinasikan Satgas pemerintah untuk mengeksekusi kebijakan-kebijakan di lapangan.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Home Affairs Tito Karnavian added, conditions which were previously critical in several areas such as North Sumatra are now showing improvement. However, a number of other regions such as Gayo Luas in Aceh continue to face challenges due to high rainfall. Tito emphasized disasters management requires adaptive strategies, including coordinations of weather modifications operation with BNPB to reduce the risk of flooding in downstream areas and to keep critical routes safe.
Mengenai masalah cuaca, ya memang ini salah satu penghambat. Nah untuk itu, ya nggak ada jalan lain selain operasi modifikasi cuaca. Nah, operasi modifikasi cuaca ini memang tolong BNPB. Nanti yang lead sektornya BNPB.
Adila Febianto, tvrparlemen reports.
Commission 9 urges the revision of the Migrant Workers Protection Law in response to rising interest in overseas employment. The demographic bonus has increased labor migration and requires stronger government protection.
During a working committee meeting on migrant workers' protections oversight, Commission 9 of the House explained many Indonesian migrant workers continue to face serious risks abroad. These include exploitations, human trafficking, and fraud, especially in countries with security concerns. The commissions pointed out a large number of workers still migrate through non-procedural channels, exposing them to risk and limiting their access to social security and reintegration programs. Member of Commission 9 of the House Ahmad Ru'yat emphasized, as Indonesia's demographic bonus leads more people to seek jobs abroad, the government must play an active role. He highlighted the state needs to be present through strong policies, protections, and oversights to ensure migrant workers are safe and properly protected.
Nah, oleh karena itu pimpinan melalui forum ini sebagai masukan bagi panja katakanlah pengawasan perlindungan pekerja migran dan rangka revisi revisi yang ketiga ya, Undang-Undang Nomor 18 Tahun 2017 perlu memberikan kemudahan ya, regulasi pekerja migran yang bersifat legal ya, karena sampai saat ini pekerja legal sekitar di angka 5,2 juta. Sementara yang ilegal itu masih di atas 4 juta katakanlah. Nah, bagaimana dalam perubahan ketiga Undang-Undang 18 Nomor 2017 ini ada regulasi yang memberikan kemudahan kepada pekerja legal.
In addition, Ahmad requested stronger coordinations between the government, intelligence agencies, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, particularly in regulating the recruitment and placement of migrant workers. This effort can avoid sending workers to conflict-prone countries. Furthermore, he underlines the importance of social security, covering up to retirement age for Indonesians migrant workers. Ferdian, tvrparlemen reports.
Commission 9 urges the Ministry of Manpower and the Ministry for the Protection of Indonesian Migrant Workers to immediately address pre-placement issues and establish a system to ensure maximum protection for Indonesian workers abroad.
During a working committee meeting on the oversight of Indonesians' migrant worker protections at Commission 9 of the House, several migrant labor organizations presented issues that frequently occur from the pre-placement stage through post-placement of Indonesian migrant workers. Member of Commission 9 of the House Neti Prasetyani stated, nearly 70% of issues in the recruitment and departure process of Indonesian migrant workers occurred in the pre-placement phase. Based on the ILO 2016 Fair Recruitment Principles, the financial burdens of migrations should not fall on workers. Therefore, an integrated, one-stop service that is safe and informative is needed to provide protections for Indonesian workers seeking to work abroad.
Fakta membuktikan memang 70% itu permasalahan di fase pra-penempatan, ya, mulai dari perekrutan liar, kemudian manipulasi data, dan seterusnya itu banyak sekali. Mungkin kita juga perlu ya mengelaborasi pimpinan kalau kemudian kita bicara tentang sistem pelindungan pekerja migran di lapangan, mana yang paling krusial pada fase pra-penempatan ini ya. Kenapa? Karena ini sebetulnya pertemuan antara kepentingan dan kebutuhan, butuh pekerjaan untuk melanjutkan kehidupannya. Nah, bertemu dengan kepentingan ya, atas nama job order, atas nama peluang, atas nama status magang dan seterusnya.
Moreover, Neti emphasized in order to resolve issues in the management of Indonesian migrant workers, the government must provide effective interventions to end excessive fee charging practices, strengthen supervisions of placement companies, and ensure that government service standards operate optimally. This includes reviewing the Domestic Workers Protections Bill to affirm the state's commitment to protecting workers in the informal sectors. Ferdian, tvrparlemen reports.
After the break, we have updates from Commission 2 of the House, so stay tuned on House News. Commission 2 emphasized the need to strengthen the National Border Management Agency as border areas face significant challenges, including limited authority and technical shortcomings. These challenges leave strategic issues unresolved, affecting security and public welfare.
Member of Commission 2 of the House Jazuli Juwaini pointed out the complexity of border issues exceeds the current capacity of the National Border Management Agency or BNPP. The agency must coordinate solutions across multiple sectors. However, its authority is limited to a coordinating functions.
Perlu ada penguatan BNPP ini, badan ini. Penguatan kewenangannya. Entah itu lewat undang-undang, entah itu lewat keputusan presiden. Karena kalau tidak ada kewenangan yang diberikan, ya tidak bisa ngapa-ngapain. Sementara perbatasan ini bukan persoalan yang sederhana. Ada jalur ilegal dari Indonesia ke Papua Nugini tentang ganja, ada illegal fishing, ada illegal logging, ada human trafficking, dan kasus-kasus yang lainnya.
Furthermore, Jazuli highlighted the lack of comprehensive solutions for border issues, weaken governance in remote regions, and undermines public trust in the state. Therefore, he questioned regulatory clarity, the divisions of authority, and the existence of measurable targets for resolutions, emphasizing that border management should not stop at problem mapping, but must achieve tangible progress in protecting sovereignty and national interest. Tegar Aziz, TVR Parlemen reports.
Commission 9 stated the Free Nutritious Meals program has weak legal foundation and unclear implementation standards. This was highlighted as the program has been implemented in various regions where several food safety issues have occurred.
Member of Commission 9 of the House Edi Wuryanto asked the government to issue a presidential regulations immediately to tighten safety standards for the free meal program or MBG beneficiaries. Edi emphasized with the number of beneficiaries reaching 82 million people, the program must be supported by a strong and well-coordinated legal framework. Without a presidential regulations, implementations at the local level has become uncertain and difficult to coordinate. This situation also affects food safety control, which is important because weak standards can increase the risk of food poisoning. Therefore, every nutrition fulfillment service unit must comply with operational licensing requirements set by the government, including the Ministry of Health Regulations and the Ministry of Finance Regulations.
Semuanya ini menuntut sebelum SPPG itu diberikan izin harus memenuhi standar kesehatan dan keselamatan pangan. Jadi standar kesehatan dan keselamatan pangan itu syarat mutlak tidak bisa ditawar karena semakin standar ini enggak dipenuhi berkorelasi positif dengan keracunan.
Furthermore, Edi highlighted many service unit facilities have not met hygiene and sanitation certification requirements. He also pointed out the need for food handler certifications, the applications of hazard analysis and critical control points, and compliance with good processed food manufacturing practices. Meeting these standards is essential to ensure food quality and safety. Andini Putri, TVR Parlemen reports.
Commission 9 believes allocating budget support for free meal program task force at the regional level will strengthen coordination, enhance oversight, and ensure more effective implementation of the program.
Member of Commission 9 of the House Heru Cahyono stated the implementations of regional MBG task forces which have been established by local governments following the guidance of the Ministry of Home Affairs continues to encounter obstacles due to the lack of budget support. These task forces, which involve cross-agency coordinations at the regional level, need high operational costs. Therefore, the central government is urged to adjust the MBG funding structure in the 2026 state budget and formalize it through a presidential decree.
Untuk bertanggung jawab ke Satgas, koordinasi dengan aparatur yang ada di daerah, baik Kodim, Polres, BKBN, Kesehatan, Nakes, itu ngumpulkan orang, Pak. Lah ngumpulkan orang kalau nggak ada anggarannya nggak jalan. Sementara fiskalnya di daerah sangat rumit. Lah mungkin Bapak mendesain ulang anggarannya di 2025 yang tinggal 2 bulan dan anggarannya di 2026. Untuk apa? Mungkin DAK alokasi khusus untuk makan bergizi gratis.
Additionally, Heru Cahyono mentions the importance of strengthening synergy between the National Nutrition Agency and family assistance personnel at the regional level in addressing vulnerable target groups such as infants under 2 years old, toddlers, and pregnant women in the implementations of the program. Effective coordinations and budgetary policies from the central and regional governments are essential to realize an effective, safe, and sustainable free meal program. Andini Putri, TVR Parlemen reports.
When we return, we'll have more information from the world of sports, so stay tuned on House News. Indonesia ended its 2-decade drought in women's pole vault in SEA Games when Diva Renata captured gold by clearing 4.3 meters in Bangkok, setting new national and SEA Games record.
The SEA Games 2025, held in Thailand in December, highlighted the finest athletic talent across Southeast Asia. Among the many historic moments, Diva Renata Jayadi emerged as a major highlight after her brilliant performance in the pole vault event. The young Indonesian athlete recorded an extraordinary achievement that immediately captured public attention from the early days of the competitions. Diva successfully won a gold medal, ending Indonesia's long wait for a gold in athletics at the SEA Games. For 22 years, Indonesian athletics had not returned to the top of the podium at this event. Beyond the medal itself, Diva also achieved a historic achievement with a jump of 4.35 meters. This result broke the national pole jump record and became the highest pole jump ever recorded in Southeast Asia. According to the National Athletics Team managers, Diva performance reflects years of consistent development within Indonesia's athletics program. She handled technical and non-technical aspects very well, and she will be evaluated by the Indonesia's Athletic Federation Development Team to encourage her to compete at the Asian level. The SEA Games Thailand 2025 also marked a historic milestone for Indonesia, as Team Indonesia finished second in the final medal standings for the first time since 1995. The contingent secured 91 gold, 111 silver, and 131 bronze medals, surpassing the initial target of 80 golds.
Brunei's polo team made headlines at the 33rd SEA Games when members of the royal family joined the squad. Their participation helped the team secure a silver medal in historic achievement for the country, Brunei Darussalam.
The son and daughter of His Majesty the Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam, His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Mateen and Her Royal Highness Princess Azima Nimato Bolkiah, joined Brunei Darussalam polo team to compete in the polo event of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. The Brunei Darussalam polo team secured a silver medal, losing to host Thailand in the logo final at Siam Polo Park, Bangkok. His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah attended the match, offering support and later presenting medals. In the semi-final match, Brunei's equestrian polo team defeated Malaysia to earn a spot in the final, with Prince Mateen emerging as one of the standout players. Mateen, the fourth son and 10th child of Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, was widely known before marriage as Asia's most eligible bachelor. Celebrated for his looks, education, and athletic talent, his participations in regional and international competitions routinely draws public interest. And after Brunei's latest triumph, fans expressed hopes that he would lead the national polo team to a championship title. Far from treating polo as a mere hobby, Prince Metin has competed and represented Brunei at the highest regional levels, like the SEA Games, where he was a key member of the national polo team that won bronze medals at the 2017 editions in Kuala Lumpur and the 2019 editions in the Philippines. Beyond the regional competitions, Prince Metin competes internationally through his own professional team MB Polo, which have seen significant success in Europe, most notably winning the prestigious Gold Cup at the Torreno International de Polo in Spain in 2019.
Who doesn't love padel? Nowadays, everyone loves padel. Padel Asia have announced a historic step in the sport's global development, where padel has been officially recognized by the Olympic Council of Asia and will be included as an official sport in the upcoming editions of the Asian Games 2026 in Japan.
The Olympic Council of Asia, or OCA, has officially added padel as one of the sport branches at the 2026 IC Nagoya Asian Games. The decision was announced after a meeting between the presidents of the International Padel Federations and OCA Director General in Kuwait. The announcement was made during the inaugural World Cup Pairs Championship and marks a significant milestone in the effort to promote padel to the largest multi-sport event in Asia. Padel has shown extraordinary growth and energy across the continent, inspiring a new generation of athletes and fans. Its inclusions in the Asian Games reflects the commitment to promoting emerging sports that bring people together and embody the Olympic values of friendship, respect, and excellence. Adopting padel as an official sport is an important step towards global recognitions and paves the way for its possible inclusions in the 2032 Olympic Games in Brisbane, Australia. The sport's development has been spectacular, and although it originated in Mexico and was popularized in Spain, it has experienced its greatest historical expansions since 2020. Significant investment has been made in improving courts, training centers, and tournaments in the Middle East. Over the past 5 years, padel has truly evolved from a niche sport into a genuine global phenomenon. According to data, the number of padel courts worldwide has risen from around 20,000 to over 50,000, while estimates of player numbers now exceed 30 million.
And that's the house news for today. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.